Hello humans, today I will be doing an analysis on the strawberry lizard.
Open the pod bay doors, Hall.
I'm sorry Arwen, I'm afraid I can't do that. Let's get straight to the point of the mission, analyzing these creatures, and finding the monolith. These lizards only appear in one campaign naturally, the Saints, however they can be found in the lineage system for other slug cats. So first I'll talk about the basics of their body. They often have horns in the Saint campaign much like every other lizard, but are much more likely to have them than any other lizard. They have a tongue which is similar in size to the white lizard but is arguably longer. They have some attributes like the cyan, such as the appendages coming out from their torso. They sport unique hairs compared to other lizards, and either have bulbs or hairs on their tails. They can spawn with color-changing frills that are pink but change to black when agitated. I should also mention in general the horns are likely an evolution trait most lizards get at Saint due to the low temperatures. They have unique variants in which I'll go through some. I will now talk about their relationship with other lizards. They're afraid of pinks, greens, and caramels, reds, and each of these lizards will hunt them down and eat them. Interestingly, they're not afraid of blues and oranges, and yet both lizards hunt them and eat them. What's weirder is cyan lizards, as they hunt blue lizards, but don't eat or rarely ever attack strawberry lizards, even though they are usually in the same region. White, black eel, salamander lizards rarely attack strawberries and don't eat them, and funnily it's usually the strawberries that are aggressive to them. They have high rivalry with their own species, being very aggressive and usually fighting to the death. It's plausible to think these lizards are a new emerged species, and despite what I've looked at, it's hard to say what they truly came from. Immediately we can cross off lizards that are too different from the strawberries. This includes blacks, yellows, salamanders, eel lizard, and the reds. I doubt they came from the greens nor caramels due to the rounded heads and reverse evolution, and that they appear to do well in the environment with changes. This leaves us with the white, blue, cyan, pink lizards, and personally I think they come from the whites, and have left them bushing for scavenging. On an unrelated note, strawberries can easily escape pinecans with their tongue, which is unique, I guess. Now I'll quickly go through the prey as a list, because they're pretty much the same with blues in terms of what they eat. You'll notice something unique about the strawberry lizards. They eat bat flies, making them the only lizard to eat them, and you can use that as an advantage. Predator-wise, it's the same predators as the blue but with some extra lizards, as I said before. You might wonder how much it takes to tame these beasts. The answer is around 2 squid caddis, but there is something unique about taming these creatures. You can tame them with bat flies, which usually take around 3-5. I wouldn't recommend it because it's risky, but it's possible. And are they worth taming, you may ask? And honestly, no. It's just they're so weak that makes them a bad companion. They can reach vultures with their tongue, but at that point get a sign. Because strawberry lizards now take the cake for the weakest lizard, they're afraid of a lot of predators. I'll list them cause why not? So anyways, how do they use their tongue? Unlike the white lizard, which forces prey to come to the mouth, the strawberry tongue forces the lizard to go to the prey, like a grappling hook. This in turn makes them more vulnerable but can help them move around the environment. They'll still zoom even if their tongue will touch the wall. Strawberry lizards have a unique walking cycle, having a wave-like bounce to it, making them quite clumsy on flat terrain. Also, strawberry lizards take 22 seconds to drown, which is pretty average. Combat-wise, from what I've seen, it's a 1-5 bite chance, the same as blue lizard. It's got a similar swim speed as a blue lizard as well. If you are playing Saint, the best thing to do is simply stun it and run, or simply use cherry bombs. Anyways, that will be all for today. Goodbye, and tell me what organism you want me to cover next.